You're so beautiful, Rose. Did you hear that? Something's going on, some sort of emergency. We gotta go upstairs, Rose.
Fucking me! Pick up, you bastards!
Talk to me. A giant object? Like a toenail? What? Oh my God.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that skit. I'll be working on the patient's left foot. The right foot nails are actually short already. I think a previous caretaker or family member cut them, but they don't look anything like this left foot. Now, get this, the patient also has huge calluses on both the feet as well. And don't you worry, I made a video on that and I'll be uploading that in the next week or so. So be on the lookout. I just felt adding it to this video was just way too long. All right, so let's get started. I'm sure many of you noticed, but the patient is missing their fourth toe. It was amputated a few years back due to an infection. Now, I did soak the patient's feet before cutting them here, but I do so more for the calluses, which were just rock hard, but it does help with the nails as well. Now, one of the reasons I like this video is because the patient also has a subungual hematoma, which is a collection of blood under the nail. So you'll see that in just a moment. Wait for it.
You're doing good.
Boom.
You're doing real well. So that's actually not a cut, but we see that sometimes with nails, it'll squeeze out a hematoma. So you have a subungual hematoma at that area. So you'll see it kind of squirt out a little bit. So when I take this nail off, there'll probably be a little bit of intertwined skin that'll come out. I'll show you what I mean. Right there. So it's all hematoma. We'll use the Dremel on that. I don't want to blindly cut.
Now I'm going to use a Dremel here because the skin is just so thick and enlarged that it's blending with the nail. So I don't want to get the nail nippers and just cut into it because the last thing we want is another opening or cut on the skin. And the Dremel really allows me to gauge the depth and take off little by little. And I'll be using the curette as well to clean it up.
Doing all right?
Very cool.
Yeah, this nail's a doozy.
Also, surprise, the patient is not diabetic, and it goes beyond a fungal infection with this person. They clearly have damage to the nail bed and the nail matrix. Now, if you remember from my previous videos, the nail matrix is a structure along the base of the nail that is responsible for its growth. Think of it like the brain of the nail, and if you damage the nail matrix, the nail will grow in funky and irregular. And fungus often invade that area where there's trauma, and it just adds more damage to the nail. I mean, you could be 12 years old, and if you drop a soup can on your toe and you damage the matrix, that nail may never regrow the same.
Just get this little piece out and we'll be done.
Now, apologies on the autofocus here. I do use a macro lens, which allows me to get super close, but sometimes the focus goes out.
Okay.
Now, what about antifungal creams or pills for these nails? Well, they're pretty much useless. The damage is just too significant. With this type of severity, don't waste your time, just get them routinely cut. Those things are great with mild fungal infections, but not severe where the nail matrix and bed are damaged. About 10% of the general population has fungal nails, and your odds increase the older you get. I mean, greater than 50% of those older than 70 have it. So if you see it coming on, catch it early and see a podiatrist.
So I'm going to cut them all here first, and I'll come back and Dremel them at the end. We got an amputated toe over here, so not much to do over there. These ones are easy.
I had it removed because it got infected.
Oh man, when was that taken off?
When I was in Florida.
Oh. What part of Florida did you live in? Oh yeah, I lived in Miami for a while.
Now you can also see some blackness and dry blood at this second nail, and there's a tiny little opening centrally, but it just doesn't resemble the pocket of blood like we had with the great toe. The dry blood at that very base will eventually just shed off like a snakeskin as the nail grows out.
What brought you out to Vegas?
I got tired of Miami. I got tired of Florida.
Why is that?
I lived there for 20 years.
Oh, yeah, you just needed a little change of scenery, huh?
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Have you lived anywhere else?
Oh yeah, I live all over the East Coast.
I come from Ohio.
Well, I was born in New York State.
Ah, too dang cold, huh?
Yeah. I lived on a dairy farm, so sometimes I go outside and be below zero.
Remember, the goal here isn't to get every single tidbit of nail debris and dry skin. The goal here is to cut the nails so they don't dig into the adjacent skin or pose a threat for those who are high risk. Because this patient has a history of toe amputation, I don't want to mess around going after all that, and oftentimes those dry callus tips bleed when you cut it. So it's best to leave them alone and just gently smoothing them down. Now the nails are low, there's no sharp corners or spicules of nail, and the hematoma is drained, so mission accomplished. All right, and that's it. Thanks for watching, and be on the lookout for part 2 of those calluses getting cut down. What's going on, everybody? I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please click the like and subscribe button with the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a new video. I also have a martial arts channel that's pretty sweet. You can check out some of the videos here and follow me there as well. Anyway, thanks for watching.